Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 609. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy. Rory Feinsod.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
Mike, you there? Testing?
You're muted.
I can't hear you. You're muted. So
Muted.
there you go. You're good now.
You're back.
That's all right. That's all right. I figured you were muted. That's why we just continued on. But welcome, everybody, to 609 of the Moviecast. We are on Twitch streaming live Tuesday nights. Please join us for the live streams. We'd love to have you on here. Ask some questions. Enjoy the time. Anyways, Moviecast, guys. What have we been watching? I'm trying to think of what I watched actually. I just watched. Well, I did watch.
She-Hulk?
I did watch She-Hulk. Did you guys watch She-Hulk?
I didn't get a chance to.
Right?
Yep.
What's that, Mike?
I did watch that one episode, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been one episode. And the CG is not good. That's the problem with it. But I don't mind it so far. The actual show, it's been okay, I guess. But not much happened really. So, I thought it was also. I don't know the story for She-Hulk, so I don't know if it was very convenient how she got infected with the Hulk blood. Like, is that how it happens in the comics? I don't know. So. Yeah, I thought that was like, oh, that's really quick and convenient. I guess they want to just hurry this along here. So
She gets a blood transfusion in the comics.
Yeah, she does. Well, he bleeds into her in this one.
Same thing.
Yeah,
It's hard to tell what was happening there too. It was confusing.
Yeah, yeah. So, I did like how they continued on the Hulk story about, like, we understand why Bruce had this arm sling now, and we get a little bit of that from the actual Marvel universe, some answers, I guess. And then we have basically the whole episode was fine, just kind of like it's a montage essentially, right? That we're getting. So, but yeah, that's all I got. But it's just kind of it is a pilot to a show, I guess. That's the best way to say it. So I hope the next episode's a little better. I'd probably give this like a 6.5. I'm somewhere in there. So not spectacular, but fine.
Do you usually rate individual episodes?
No, I just getting a vibe from it so far, but hopefully it's good. Like, I'm hoping it's going to be better the next episode. So the CG just gets to me. Like, I know that's the problem when you're leaning on CG characters, but it's like, and I understand that. It's just, what did you guys?
The complete opposite of your reaction.
You
thought
loved
the
it?
CG was fine. I didn't have any problems with the CG. I really appreciated them just going right into it. Like, fuck all these origins tales that take 10 episodes in a show. Like, we're just
They
gonna
did
do
hurry it up,
everything
yeah.
all at once, and now we can focus on the story and what this is going to mean for the future of these characters and how it interplays with the other stuff and what's going on with Hulk and stuff like that. I thought that was really good. Like, all the stuff that we got there and how quick we just got into it. Like, I don't need to know every little detail. I just want to get into a cool story and see some cool characters. And I liked it. I think that this character is supposed to be kind of more lighthearted and jokey about stuff, and I felt they pulled that off well here. And so I'm excited for what they're gonna have in the future. So yeah, I guess I was just more on the opposite side of where you landed.
I mean, I just felt like even towards the end, like, her combat stuff was very rigid. It wasn't very fluid. I don't know. Just me.
But I found it wasn't so much the CG, like, as far as rendering, I didn't like. I felt like some of the dialogue wasn't animated well. Like, it didn't match the voices sometimes, especially with Hulk, actually.
I can't think it's bad animation. That's my thing.
Because he's just like moving almost rubber-like, and then like Mark Ruffalo on the other end is like yelling. It seems most of the time. I feel like this rendition is making me like Mark Ruffalo as Hulk less than before. He's just he seems dumb. Like, I don't know. And that's not what Smart Hulk or Banner should seem, but it's what it feels like now. But then again, whenever you have a new version of a existing character, there's always a little bit where they have to shit on the existing character to make the new one seem better. That happens in comics all the time. It's kind of annoying to me, and I felt that a little bit here, and that's probably why I didn't like it. Not that I care too much about Hulk, but
I said, listen, I like the Hulk, and I know that she's supposed to be like the more like perfect perfect Hulk, I guess is the best way to say it, right? She's the more in control, and you know, I
Well,
like that
that's
aspect of what.
that's the vibe we got from this episode. I don't know if that's how it normally is, but
No, I looked it up. I looked that up online. Like I know her character is supposed to be the one that's always in control, kind of thing. So, from the comic books, but you know, so I like that aspect of things, especially because it was like so easy for her. I like that stuff, but I don't want to get too much in the episode because I don't want to spoil for people. But
episode. That's
yeah.
what happens.
I
There's
know.
nothing left to spoil.
So, but yeah. Anyways, so I also watched a premiere. I did this for the podcast to talk about it. Yeah, I know. I did watch it, and you know what? I will take that back. I did it because I'm a Matt Smith fan, and I also did it because I had to. I don't know. It's just the advertisement got me.
You watch
House of Dragons.
Morbius, Jim?
Yeah, House of Dragons.
Why?
Smith fan.
Why?
So,
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Settle down, man. I watched it because I like Matt Smith, and I figured I'd check it out.
Don't say like watch because of Matt Smith.
I like it. I like it. I mean, I like Matt Smith because Doctor Who. He's my.
I understand who Matt
one of
Smith
the main
is. I'm just
Doctor
saying
Who.
you watch Morbius.
I mean, I will eventually. Yeah, I probably when I get availability to
Why?
watch it, like here. I don't know. Check it out.
No.
So
Even
Get
Matt
the
Smith
fuck
didn't
outta
know what
here.
was going on.
Get
He's in
the fuck
movie.
out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
It's fine to say you just wanted to watch it.
You gotta
Like,
get Jim another beer here.
there. Oh, that's a great shirt. I like that shirt. Look at that.
But no, I mean, I have no problem with you watching it, Jim.
No, I do.
Listen,
I do.
I know Tony is like angry right
Yeah.
now.
saying,
Why the fuck would you watch this?
I had to just see it. And
Why?
Now I know.
Why?
We're
So
talking
I
about
had
the
to
House
just
of
see it.
Dragons or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, it's the Targaryens,
Everyone knows
and
it's called.
I don't know. It's Game of Thrones. It's fine. I don't.
No way, really?
Yeah. I mean,
Really?
there's nothing wrong.
There's
with
nothing
that.
different?
There's nothing.
It's not
There's
unique?
nothing wrong with the Game of Thrones as long as they don't rush things. There's nothing wrong with it. However, that series just fucked over so much stuff that I understand the anger. Like I get it.
Yeah, so you're watching a
absolutely.
prequel to something you already know how it ends up. Like shit.
Yeah, no. So yeah,
I mean,
that's
I don't
true.
have a problem with that either, Tom. Like, if you
No,
wanna
I do.
watch,
I do.
I know, obviously. I'm just saying I don't have an issue with prequel stories. I think some prequel stories can do like a really good job with it sometimes because you want to see that journey. Sometimes
Really?
It's about
Like what?
that journey. I'm not saying House of Dragons is the one.
Star
I'm,
Wars?
You know, like. I'm not gonna go there either. But I mean, if you want to say,
Yeah, talk to someone under 30. Prequels are A+ cinema.
maybe. But I mean, Clone Wars was good. Like I like that journey.
That one? Oh, I'm sorry.
That one, the Clone
I'm not
Wars
used to
TV
watching
show.
the TV show. I still don't count it.
No, I don't think that inherently prequels are not bad. It's when they don't execute is when you have a problem.
What
I think
prequels have been
inherently
good though?
I think inherently prequels have a handicap against them. There's
Well,
definitely
yeah.
a disadvantage to, oh, we know how this ends. That it needs to do something to justify its
I mean, I
existence
don't
a
normally
little
get
bit more.
excited for prequels. I don't think, oh, this is great. Like, we get excited for this, but I don't think inherently they need to be bad. They can succeed, but yeah, I would say overall it's usually not the best thing.
Yeah,
I can't think of one off the top of my head that's good. Can you guys?
No, I mean that's
That's my
fair.
question.
Young Indiana Jones was good.
yeah, that was good. I'm
maybe
because I'm on the
TV
spot, I
series can
can't
do
think
it.
of any at the moment. But I got, basically it was coming up in the feed a lot. They spent, how much did they spend on marketing again, Tony?
Like 100 million.
$100 million. It was insane. But I don't know. I just figured I'd check out the first episode, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think I'm watching more of it, so that's it. I did it. It's done, guys. I saw it.
Okay.
It is Game of Thrones. It's not even Game of Thrones. It's not even Game of Thrones. I know, and that's it. So that's what I got. I watched that. I watched Harley Quinn. I'm caught up with that. Great show. Love that show. Fantastic show. That's essentially what happened. As I logged in, I watched Harley Quinn, and I was like, oh, there's only 4 episodes, and I'm still in the app, and I'm like,
Don't justify
everywhere,
it. Don't justify it.
everywhere is House of Dragons. So I watched House of Dragons.
Don't justify it.
No, I'm not. Listen, I
It's
checked
fine.
it out. I did it. It's done, and yeah. So that's pretty much it. We had a trip this weekend, so I didn't watch much else, guys. So I don't know. Anybody else Tony, did you get anybody watch? Nobody got to the movies for Dragon Ball, right?
There's a
Yeah,
Dragon
no.
Ball movie.
Yeah,
It was the
I
biggest
can't watch it because
anime.
is it like okay to watch without seeing the show, like the Super show, right? I would probably wouldn't have any idea what's going on.
I thought you watched the show.
I haven't finished it yet. No,
Oh,
I did
you
watch the
haven't.
show.
So
I'm
you
only,
haven't
like,
finished the series that
2
ended
arcs
like
in.
2 years ago,
Yeah, I'm only like 2 arcs in.
but you watched Game of Thrones.
Come on, settle down, man. Wow, it is animosity. It's yeah.
I'm
I
just
had to
saying
watch
we've
it.
talked shit on Game of Thrones for so long, and then you cave.
Yeah, I had to. I'm not.
You
giving
cave to
it good
advertising.
merits. I am not giving it good merits.
I'm not saying you are,
I
but
just wanted to
but
see
you're
it.
contributing. You're contributing to the
curiosity
problem.
level. I had to. I just had to know. I had.
What
to
did
know.
you have to know?
I wanted to see what it was, and if, how good Matt Smith was, and he's actually
Jim,
pretty good in it.
just
But
let him
it's
touch the zeitgeist. He wanted to touch the zeitgeist. That's all.
yeah, I did it. It's done. I won't be updating you guys on the podcast
It's
anymore.
fine,
I'll
Jim.
be
If
watching
you
it,
want to
but
be, if you
No,
wanna
it's not
watch it.
fine, Corey. Don't
It's not.
don't give me out.
So yeah, I think that yeah, you know, I won't be watching anymore. So, but
I don't know
It
about
was
the Dragon Ball
fine.
movie, though. No, I'm just.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk about Game of Thrones anymore. We're moving on. Dragon Ball. I have no idea if you need to watch the anime to,
Okay.
to understand the
Tony,
movie.
you watch anything else?
No.
Corey?
You didn't get to see She-Hulk, Tony?
Mm-mm.
Corey?
No, not too much. Just like we've been busy, so.
All right, Mike.
And, since I had 2 weeks away, I told you guys on our trip actually that I did see the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to watch it because, ironically, as a backseat gamer, she enjoyed watching the Uncharted games. And I warned her, I'm like, this is supposedly not so great, but she's like, oh, whatever. Her biggest issue is, I guess she kind of likes the way the character model looks for Nathan Drake. And she's like, Tom Holland is not good looking enough for this. But,
Or too good looking.
no, he's just, my problem with it was, like, in his effort to be an adult, and I know he actually is 26 years old, but in his effort to be an adult, he's too bland and boring in this. He's playing, roughly his age, his real age in this, and I just found him kind of boring and he didn't have enough character to him that you would normally associate with Nathan Drake. And then the normal story of the movie is pretty similar to what you would get in one of the games, but it's not good. Like, you need a little more from a cinematic story than something you get from those games. Not to mention, the characters, I think, pop a little more in the games than they do in this, especially with, like I said, Tom Holland's being a little bit too reserved for me and bland. And then just a weird take on Sully from Mark Wahlberg, who feels a little bit more like Nathan Drake than Tom Holland does in this movie. And then there's some really dumb, you can't think at all, like, physics situations throughout the movie. And
Isn't
And
that
there
the
was
game,
more-
though? Isn't that the game?
yeah, but it's a game. You're willing to forgive that more in a game than a movie.
Are we? Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, that's why people think Fast and the Furious is dumb as fuck.
Yeah, but they gross lots of money.
That's fine.
Billions. Billions.
And also, if
I
you
think
look
it's
at, like,
different
Ludo,
types of thing you're going for. I think that's where it comes down to. Like,
it's just
Fast and
it's just
Furious
as a
knew
movie.
what it
As a movie, National Treasure and the Indiana Jones movie, and even Tomb Raider, did what they're trying to do here better first. So it's just, there's no place for it in the cinematic universe, I don't think. Especially when it's just
That's
sort
kind of the argument for the game, but I pulled it off.
Well, no, but the game was a game. Like,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that pulled it off okay.
well, truthfully, if Tomb Raider wasn't faltering at the time that Uncharted came to power in the game universe, maybe it wouldn't have been the thing that it's become. But I don't know. And he doesn't even shoot anyone, which I think is funny because the games are shooters, and everything else, like, plucked stuff from the games directly, and that, like, I don't know, it just seems funny. But whatever.
Mhm.
I didn't like it too much. It wasn't, like, outright offensive or anything. I'm not, like, the biggest Uncharted fan in the world, so I don't care that much. But I just felt like this is
That
pretty
was
bland.
fine. I just, like I've mentioned before, I just think it was not as clever as it could have been.
Yeah.
Like, you watch National Treasure,
bland.
like, this is clever and cool, and like you kind of learn something. You're not learning anything in Uncharted.
You're unlearning some things.
Yeah.
So, did you guys check out the Last of Us series premiere trailer?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the images.
I saw the it was a 30-second trailer. So, it's so weird for Pedro Pascal to be Joel. It's just I can't not see him, you know, as the Mandalorian. It's just like I know he's Joel in this, but I'm like I just can't. He's too iconic now as that character. I just like it's so
You
weird.
hardly see him as that character, though. Really,
What's that?
you hardly see him as that character, though. Really.
No, he takes that helmet off enough to associate him with that character. So, I mean,
I
like
think he
that's the role
shows
that
up
really.
to film
I
most of
mean,
the time.
listen. I mean, he's not like he wasn't like successful beforehand, but like that's really what obviously blew up his career right now. I mean, he's doing great. So, blew it up good way. And so, but this was just kind of weird, and I don't expect good things from this as well. So that's HBO as well. Is
I mean, I'll
Discovery?
watch that. Yeah.
Is Discovery just in what they're doing? I mean, is it right that they're canceling all this stuff?
I think so.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know.
What's
I
the
mean,
what's
that's-
the I mean, what's the metric we're going for? Because I mean, shareholders are not impressed. Stock is down over 50%, I believe, since all this stuff was announced. I don't understand.
Because they're cutting.
Well, right, exactly. I mean, the whole reason you're a shareholder is that you believe in the direction of the company and that the moves that they're doing, the plans they have, will come to fruition and make you money. When you're doing things that are directly against that, shareholders lose
And
confidence.
But
yeah, and you're
you'll
literally
never
throwing
see
millions of dollars in the trash bin.
you'll never see a cut though, like improve a stock. That's gonna have to happen in the short term, no matter what. Like you're gonna hurt confidence when you do stuff like this, even if maybe in the long run it might be the right move. But
I mean,
nothing-
saving
there's-
money was. We were talking about that a little bit on the trip. Is that I mean, none of those two movies that were canceled will never see the light of day. In fact, it was reported now that Batgirl's deleted it from existence. It's
Yeah, no,
gone.
that will never, because they want the tax break money.
Gone.
That will
Like,
never
it's
get-
deleted from existence. Like they went in to save footage, the director, and he couldn't. It was gone already. All of it was erased.
Yeah, so I mean,
sure
it's
someone will have it somewhere.
no, they can't. They literally can't. They did it to make tax break money. They can never release it.
It is
Never.
kind of crazy to have that plan all the way. Was that all the way the plan? Was that like we're gonna film all of this and then say it's a
No,
tax break?
absolutely not.
No,
it's
that
the
is
fucking
not
new
the plan.
CEO.
It's Discovery.
He's like
Yeah,
a fucking
when this
piece of
merge
shit
happened.
Trumper who just wants to fucking cancel everything that doesn't star some straight white dude. Again, going back to
Yeah.
Aquaman, just okay, there you go, like whatever, just glossing over that guy. And now, I mean, animations are cut. I even posted the news. Batman just got
That's what
fucking
I'm
cut. Batman.
I'm gonna tie this together. Here. Yeah, Batman,
Man,
which is a huge
not
draw.
white enough.
That's the animated.
He
series, by the
wears
way.
black. He wears black.
Yeah, the animated series, the one that they're redoing, it's kind of like supposed to be like the spiritual successor to the Batman the animated series, like from Fox, the olden days, has been axed. Doesn't say it's canceled because they're saying they can still get it picked up on another streaming service, and they expect it. I absolutely expect that to happen. There's no way, like,
Where would it go?
what service?
Where would they allow it?
I mean, that's a Netflix. I think Netflix could grab that. They won't allow it in Disney. That won't be a.
Let's hope so, because that's one of the more interesting things they had in the pipeline.
I think it looks awesome, but it got canceled again. Like I mean, I understand the purpose of certain things, like Batgirl. Who knows what it was like? It may have been just a shit show. Like they could have been absolutely valid.
It could have been.
We don't know, but like this is a project that I'm like was really hyped for, and obviously they don't even know what it looks like yet. So it's like to cancel it. It's just they're taking
The
access to
Scooby-Doo
everything
movie
right
was
now.
canceled.
Yeah.
That was
Yep,
done.
no matter
that
what
was
that
done.
looked like. No, nobody even said what that was like. Like Batgirl, at least they screened and they said it was like not good. It play tested really bad, but really poorly. But like nobody screen tested Scoob, too. They didn't. It just you're done. It's cut. So that's it.
Yeah.
Tax
So
free.
it's just again mind-boggling personal thing here, but like this company is making cuts across the board and canceling multiple things, several things.
Yeah.
And stuff that I'm sure we're not even going to hear until years down the line that
a lot of
was in the pre-production or approval process or whatever. And like, no, we don't have that anymore. and
Yeah,
yet
a
they're
lot of
so
it's for
hesitant.
DC.
They're so hesitant to fucking do anything about the Flash. They would rather save the Flash and just cancel like 24 projects, 3 dozen projects, while they're losing content by the day. Like this was your whole thing that Netflix lost content that they didn't own. HBO owns all this content and they're removing it from HBO Max. It's
Yeah.
I just don't understand this business move. There's zero
Doesn't make any
logistical
sense.
reason for any
Like,
of it.
The idea is like content salesmanship. Like it's like you want people to subscribe. Let's say you merge the two services together and you have Discovery, HBO, whatever the hell you call it.
Right.
You want content on that platform. Like you want people to subscribe because you have so much content, and they're legitimately just
Not
cutting
just the
it,
amount of
gutting
like,
it.
the content. It's like the fact it's exclusive content. It's like stuff
Yeah.
you can only get here. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like going back to the back row, that could have been a C movie, whatever, like an average whatever. You know, I mean, how many Netflix movies were just like, you know, we've watched it like it was a movie. Like there you go.
fine.
But the numbers don't lie. Like every time they're like, yep, this like that stupid I forget the name of the movie. I watched
Right.
the Rock and
Oh.
Ryan
Red Notice.
Yeah, Red Notice. Like that was
Right.
whatever. I don't even remember it now, but it was a movie to watch and it did numbers, you know?
You don't even need to go there. You could go within its own streaming service. You could go to Godzilla or Mortal Kombat or even the Snyder Cut. They all did good for them, even though
Well,
mixed
no, I
reviews
know.
for all of them.
I think most of those had good reviews. I'm just talking about middling, like nobody cares about this. It was just critics hated it, whatever, poor
6
reviews,
Underground.
right? You know, whatever,
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes. But it doesn't matter. It was just content, and Netflix is like, hey,
And
here's a
the
new
only
movie,
place to get it was on this service.
right?
And then
Yeah.
you throw Batman and Michael Keaton in this there. It's like, oh, first time Michael Keaton is Batman on screen again.
Why they
Like,
gotta
Yeah.
hang on to Flash.
it's crazy.
I also saw a thing that apparently said that it's getting like a good review score or something. So, whatever.
But
Yeah.
no, it's unfortunate.
Let's see. Let's moving a little backwards from the news. Box office line was Dragon Ball #1 at 21.1 million. That's pretty fucking good for a anime release in the movie theaters. 11.5. It's Dragon Ball. 11.5 for Beast, Bullet Train, 8 million. Top Gun still there, #4, and DC League of Super Pets at #5. That's your box office.
Dragon
last
Ball is a
week.
monster right now in the U.S. It's crazy how
It
popular
is.
it's games.
It's
It feels like
Dragon
it kind
Ball.
of
It
snuck up
re-
on
re-
me too. Like I was like, oh, we knew about it, but I didn't realize it was so popular like
wait.
everywhere.
Would you say it's been resurrected?
Oh, jeez.
Wait, you
Is
said you're surprised by the popularity of it? Or...
No, I'm just.
Uh.
I feel like it just came out like of nowhere. Where it's like we kind of knew obviously about like the popularity, but I feel like oh, it's everyone like knows and watches Dragon Ball. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean it's part of pop
I
culture.
feel like
at this
it's the default anime. Like
Right, that's what I
as
mean.
far-
Like I just
from a
I
Western
didn't
perspective.
I wasn't thinking like about it too much, and then like I was there was some interview with a guy and it's like, oh yeah, like 80% of NBA players watch.
Yeah, but they
Dragon
won't
Ball.
admit it. But they won't
Yeah.
admit it.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's just one of those things where like you knew it was popular, but I didn't realize how popular it was until I just started
Yeah.
seeing it in every place.
No,
I'm like,
absolutely. I
yeah,
mean,
this just shows like people are going to the movies and they're going to see Japanese anime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
I mean,
awesome.
We've seen that the past couple of years. I mean, from My Hero Academia to the last Dragon Ball movie to
Yeah,
I
I mean, I remember
Demon
Broly
Slayer.
as being pretty popular.
Yeah, I mean it's all popular, and you know now as the upcoming generation, there's not as much of a stigma against anime compared to like when
Right.
we were growing up. It was
Well, it's like the nerd culture. You know, it's
Right.
Cool. It's cool now.
right, exactly. So yeah, and I would argue to say that Dragon Ball, you know, is popular in the sense of it still sells like a shit ton of merchandise and stuff like that. Like obviously the movie isn't going to gross anywhere near like Star Wars, but you know, you look at merch sales, you look at, you know, figure sales. I mean, fucking Fortnite, gigantic push there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. All right. Let's get into some other news. Let's see what else we have here. Just a couple more things, actually. There's not much in movies this week. Moviecast is making another return September 5th. The beta.
I don't see how this exists.
Plans starting at $10. How does this keep making a comeback? How is this possible?
Stupid
Bankruptcy,
investors.
go it again. Bankruptcy, go it again.
Yeah, stupid investors just keep doing it. And the thing is, like at this point, I believe in Moviecast the first time around, and it was a good deal. But at this point, like it's one of those things where, and we talked about this, and it came true that MoviePass doesn't offer anything that the theater chains can't themselves do, right?
Which
that was the whole thing, and that's what happened, right?
But weren't we just talking about how like AMC's MoviePass thing is just not interesting right now?
Well,
like,
right, that's exactly right.
About?
Because the movies aren't coming out at the rate that they used to.
No, it's like that's the thing. Like that's the idea of a MoviePass. The value that is there, but there's no value right now because there's not enough movies.
Right, exactly. But I mean, this just seems like it reeks of a desperate attempt to try and swindle somebody out of money. I don't know if it's investors or customers, both. I mean, I wouldn't even sign up for it now just to try it for a month because I just feel like they would just sell my data to somebody. Like they'd be like, here's Tony's information, and I'm just gonna sell this to some fucking sleazebag company and give them their data. Give them his data. It's just stupid. So I mean, whatever. People can sucker at it, but like honestly, I wouldn't even know what I would want to watch in that first month. September, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't think of a movie that's even coming out in September.
I don't even know. You're right. I don't know. All right. Lastly, in the news, finishing up with some fun news because I very much enjoyed this first movie. Glass Onion is the title. A Knives Out mystery is coming out December 23rd on Netflix exclusively.
Wow!
So,
look at that exclusive content.
Yeah. Mike, did you ever? This is a movie like Corey. You watched this, right? Knives Out.
Yeah, I told you guys to watch this.
Yeah.
It's a great
Yeah,
film.
you're the one. That's right. Mike, did you ever watch it?
No, I
Like
kind of
this is something.
would, but
Yeah, this is right.
haven't.
I think you'd very much enjoy this. It's on Prime Video. I just looked it up for you. It's on Prime Video. You can watch it for free if you have Prime.
It's a really good movie. I loved it.
It's like when I see the sequel coming out on Netflix, and James, not James, what's his name? Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson is back directing, obviously. Daniel Craig is back in this movie on his detective role, and it looks fun. Like I mean, I'm just like psyched for this. Like this is gonna be a fun. I hope it's good. But like again, this was a movie that I was very impressed with Ryan Johnson from. Like I'm like, I know he can make great stuff.
Ryan Johnson made a lot of great stuff. Just
Yeah.
one bad movie.
It's not. I mean, arguably bad. It was a good movie. Just didn't fit what I wanted from Star Wars. However, I would love to see him do a Star Wars movie again. Like I would like that. Like I think he could do really good with just avoid. You don't need to cover main characters. Just do your own story. He would do so good. Look at this movie. Look at Knives Out. How good that was. So Mike, I would recommend checking that out. Like another movie to put on your list for you and Ashley to watch. It's something cool to watch. It's fun.
It's like Clue, basically.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery. Who done it? Like you can't go wrong with it, really. Yeah. So that's coming December 23rd this year, and that is it for the.
There was one more
movie
thing
cast.
I just wanted to throw out
What else we
there. Is Gravity Rush, the PlayStation game. They're making that into a movie, apparently.
Okay.
But why?
Yeah,
But-
well, because Uncharted did so well. Like,
It was the instant Ryan Reynolds.
Sonic
but
did
why?
well.
So,
But, yeah.
all right. That'll wrap this episode up, guys, for the Moviecast. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us allyoucangeek@gmail.com, on Twitter, Facebook. We're on Twitch again, Tuesday night streaming. YouTube the following day, so check out that. Subscribe to that channel if you're doing that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching our videos on there. I know we get a lot of views, but not many subscribers, so please jump in there. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We are out for this episode. Tune into the Gamecast coming up soon. We got tons of information coming in that episode. There's a lot of stuff. Check it out.